There you have it. That one's a wrap. So I cut it first time on 3 1/4, and then if you watched it up until this point, you'll see where I stopped about right here and adjusted my deck. It just, normally during the summer 3 1/4 is fine, but this being the first cut and just so many weeds in here, it just didn't give it that clean look like I wanted to, so I had to drop it down to 3. Technically, I guess you could say, I mean, I did mow this twice, but it's such a small yard, it's not a big deal. And I'd rather have it looking nice and a little cleaner look than running it one time at 3 1/4 and just still not looking like that fresh cut. So anyway, this is my 6th yard ninjas for today, so I'm off to my 7th one. This is the one in the front here. It's pretty good hill, and then in the back it's got a pretty good drop right in the middle of the yard basically. The good thing is we're not doing the back today. They said just do the front for today, so I will set you ninjas up. Hope you enjoy. One's a wrap now as well. So the back really does, I mean, it's not terrible, but it definitely could use it, but it's all good. I don't think it'll be massively overgrown 2 weeks from now. Unfortunately, this is a bi-weekly. Should be a weekly, honestly, but anyway, ninjas, looks good, cleaned up nice. So I'm gonna go do one more. I'll probably just record the front on that one because I can set the camera by the truck. And then Busy Bee's gonna meet with me, and then we're gonna make more progress from there. By the way, ninjas, that yard was my 8th yard. I didn't record number 7 because the customer was out there with me chit-chatting for a minute, and then it was just a small little granny yard. So that was actually number 8, and I'm going to number 9 before I meet Busy Bee. So that means, you know, 9 yards solo, not too bad. It's 245. And then while I have Busy Bee, we're gonna knock out those 3 in one neighborhood. So that'll be 12, and I'm sure we'll be able to get 1 or 2 more, depending on daylight, of course. So overall, it's gonna turn out, or very close to 15 yards for today. So that's not bad. Not bad considering we have 50 plus for the weekend. So if we can do 15, 20 tomorrow, and then whatever we have left Sunday, then I should be in good shape and somewhat caught up. Not with the side work, but at least with the mowing. Here we are, and this is number 9. So I'm gonna knock this one out real quick as Busy Bee is headed to a meeting spot where we're gonna meet, and then we'll continue on. There's something that's the worst part about lawn care, at least to me. I'm pretty sure we all have certain parts of lawn care, and there's probably more than one that we dislike, or we just kind of suck it up and do it, and you know, it's just one of those things. But this one really gets to me, and if anything, this is probably the biggest one that stresses me. There are many, like I said, you've got crazy customers from time to time that you're dealing with. There are you know, those customers that will ask you to do extra stuff but not offer an additional form, you know, additional payment. But there's something else that, and all that is pretty nerve-wracking, and you know, it can be pretty exhausting and stressful, no doubt. But there's something bigger for me that is more stressful and drives me nuts. But we'll get into that after this yard and when we meet with Busy Bee, because I want to ask him what he thinks so far, what's the worst part about lawn care, and then we'll have a discussion there. Let's get this one knocked out. A wrap. Turned out pretty nice. I went ahead and double cut it. There was some thick spots, and there was a little bit more excess grass than what I like to be on a lawn. So also wanted to point out, anytime you have overgrown stumps like that, or overgrown grass around stumps, I made 3-4 circles, and then when I was blowing off, it always is like that. You'll find that you didn't cut everything, so I had to grab a weed eater and touch it up a little bit more. But yeah, another one done. I don't know, what was that, like 20 minutes? Well, for you ninjas, it was probably like 2 minutes. Check that thing out. Man, I wish I had one of those. I bet those things are so much fun. It's crazy. One more shot at it. Oh yeah, nice and clean. Check out these cars. A truck, and they're all lowriders, but look at this. That is too cool. Some of you loyal ninjas will remember this yard. Remember this yard? I mean, this goes way back. Down in the comments, how many of you ninjas remember this yard? It's fenced in. We didn't do anything on the outside of the fence. I used to park like always right here. Only the loyal ninjas will remember this yard. There he is! What's up? Busy Bee, the man, the myth, the legend himself.
Oh.
What's up, Busy Bee?
Nothing much.
How's school, man?
Same old, same old.
Same old, same old. Well, I've been out here slicing and dicing these yards without you, man, while you were there piddling with your fingers, you know, just chilling, taking it easy. Got a question for you. I know you already seen the story. What would you say, coming from your perspective, is the worst part about lawn care? Ooh, I put them on the spot, ninjas.
I don't know, let's think on that one.
All right, think about it while we get to the next yard, okay?
Okay.
We just pulled up at these 3, which is that one over there. This is gonna be the first cut for this one, and then we have that one right over there where my finger is. Have you thought about what's the worst part about lawn care? Busy Bee?
Probably when it starts raining in the middle of the yard.
What's wrong, Busy Bee? You don't like getting wet?
No, not really.
Oh, Ninja doesn't like getting wet. Is that like the high? Anything else, or is that like your biggest?
Probably that and breaking stuff.
Break? Oh, you mean like damn? Okay, well, yeah, that's totally understandable, ninjas. That's totally understandable. Okay, well, before I tell you mine, on the trimmer, if you're using it, the one that I've been using all day, I have the 105 Black Diamond. I haven't had a chance to use the Rhino Tough.
Okay.
So put it in your pocket if you run out. Let me know what you think on that. But I will tell you something right now on the Black Diamond 105. So the Black Diamond 105 is definitely a little bit better. I can tell it's thicker, and you know, I feel like it lasts a little bit better. But here's my problem with Black Diamond. I don't know about you, Busy Bee, because I mean, you trim, you know, you've been trimming now with me for a whole year. Coming up in what, May?
Yeah.
Look at that. You made it. You almost made it to a whole year, Busy Bee. Wow. So many doubted, huh?
Yeah.
But I like my line to be heard.
Yeah.
Are you the same way?
That's why I'm.
Okay, so that's really the key thing for me, ninjas. I have to be able to hear it, and that's the only issue really I have with the Black Diamond. Now the 105 is a little bit better than the 95, or the 0.95, but I can't hear it, and I'm all about I have to be able to hear it. I don't know, maybe it's just me. I don't know, but you feel the same way?
Yeah.
Okay, so the biggest thing that sucks about lawn care, the worst thing about lawn care for me. So this is coming from someone who's, you know, working for me, right? That those things are the worst for you. Getting wet, if it starts raining, I don't blame you. That's probably one of them too. There are many things that suck about lawn care. Right? There are many things that suck about lawn care, ninjas. And breaking things is definitely another one. I agree. I mean, I hate whether you do it, I do it, doesn't really matter. I hate it. I think we all can agree on that. But coming from a owner's perspective, to me, the worst thing about lawn care is when you commit to certain yards and you don't get to them due to traffic, right? I mean, and a lot of you might say, well, but Nick, you know, route density will fix that. No, it won't. I mean, yes, it will help, but it's not going to fix that, because even in your route density, if one road gets closed or big construction or an accident and you have to circle around, I mean, it can really throw you off. And, you know, especially a lot of us, I mean, probably most of us are running tight schedules. That can really affect us. And I hate having to, even though most are super understanding, but I hate having to text or call, mostly text. I'm pretty good with my clients. We mostly text. I mean, there's a few I would have to call, but to just tell them, hey, I can't make it, after I told them I will be there tomorrow. And that's just terrible. Another way that you can really fall behind is if you have certain customers that come out to you and the next thing you know, they're asking you to do something extra that they didn't mention to you the night before or the week before, whenever you scheduled them, and then you start mowing and they'll come out and say, hey, can you go ahead and do that while you're there? That can really put you behind as well, whether they're offering to pay or not. Now, the ones that are offering to pay are a little bit better because they understand, hey, I'm asking you to do something extra, you know, how much will that cost? Some of them will just assume that, hey, you're already here, can you go ahead and do that too? But that's a whole nother category. Regardless whether they're offering to pay you or not, be careful what you take on just because of your scheduling. Make sure, you know, you and sometimes you have to say no. Whether they're offering to pay you, it doesn't really matter, because if you take the 30 minutes on that job and let's say another customer takes you another 15-20 minutes for something a little extra, and next thing you know, you've got a whole hour that you just lost that was not originally scheduled, and that's going to make you not be able to get to one of those 1 or 2 or 3 yards, whatever, or a certain neighborhood. So really be careful what you accept and take on, but also there are some things that are not in your control, such as traffic. Route density helps, of course, but you know, you can come up on an accident, a road could be closed. What about when it rains? How many times, just since you've been with me, and I've had this happen all the time, we've had so much rain, certain roads are closed. It's flooded. And remember, last summer, I've had to turn around middle of the road.
Yeah, it happens.
It happens. Yeah, all the time. And you know, you don't think it's a big deal, but it is, because now you have to circle, and that takes another 15-20 minutes. So there's just many things that can affect you. But to me, that's probably the worst. It's the most stressful. There's so many other things. There are many things that are not fun about lawn care that us as entrepreneurs and owners just have to deal with. But I think, to me, that would be probably the top one. It's just very stressful. And then when you don't make it to those yards, you have to push those yards into tomorrow. And if you've already got a busy scheduled and lined up for tomorrow, now you got to squeeze these in there somehow and hope you can get them and all the ones you've scheduled. Otherwise, you're pushing more yards into the following day. So it really can throw you off. That would be my biggest thing. So really be careful what you take on. And, you know, but the traffic stuff, you can't really, it's out of your control. But yeah, that would be the worst part of lawn care.
Oh, yeah.
Man of little words. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's get it done.
Let's get it done. I just went through a battle. Look at that. But the grass stood no chance. Let's get this blown off and then blow off these properties. We're done mowing. Busy Bee's just finishing up weed eating that last yard up there. Yeah, the grass is still a little bit wet from that rain. There he is. Let me know down in the comments, what is the worst part about lawn care for you ninjas? I'm just curious to hear. Because you might say something that I haven't thought of, but right now, running late or not being able to get to those yards is the worst for me. And it's the worst part about it is the stuff that is out of your control, such as traffic. Because anything else, like if you go out of your way to do some stuff for customers, you know, you'll learn from that and you won't do it again. But traffic, you really can't, there's just no way around it if it's something that's out of your control. Here you go. How was it?
Not too bad.
Wasn't too bad?
Nah.
For you? 3, that's all you've done, man. But I appreciate you. I'm glad you were able to make it out of school and at least help me with these 3, because if I was solo, ooh, that would have been, I'd be still here right now just weed eating.
Oh yeah.
Babies are watching. Tomorrow's video, we've got 2 new ones that just came on board. One is a commercial, one is a residential. Do you remember those 2?
Yeah.
The ones we quoted, we drove by, was the last fall?
I think so.
Right towards the end of the season. One is a, what are those, like duplexes?
That's what I want to say.
I think they're duplexes,
I
right?
remember right.
There's like 3-4 of them side by side. Condos, duplexes, whatever you want to call them. One's blown up. And the other one is just a regular residential, but it's one owner. So that'll be pretty exciting. I'm pretty sure they're tall with all the rain we've had.
Oh, yeah.
So stay tuned on that. And then we've got still quite a bit to go. See you, ninjas. Take care. Peace.
Saving green.
Bye, Miss B.